Good morning. My name is Joe, and you're watching Safari Joe's Adventures. This morning, I'm going to be doing a review on a couple of items I bought on Amazon to use for smoking. One of them is a smoke generator, and the other one is a pellet tube. I've had a chance to use both of them various times. Both of these items I bought on Amazon. I am not sponsored or affiliated by either one of these companies. This is just a review of what I think of them. I believe in giving a good, honest review of the products that I'm using. You can make up your mind whether or not you want to purchase these. That way you don't waste your money. I don't want to recommend anything that is not working well for me. That being said, we'll get into the review on each one of these. The first item I will be reviewing is the smoke generator. It is sold by a company called Kakulu, and I bought it on Amazon. The smoke generator runs on chips the size of sawdust. I bought these smoking chips on Amazon. They're extra fine apple, and there's 2 bags of these that come in a little box. Each one of these bags come with 260 cubic inch of sawdust. That sounds more like a small block Ford. The way these are supposed to be used, fill them with the sawdust chip, and you stay below this top line. There's a little wire that's welded to the top of this. It goes all the way around. Keep the chips below that. That way, when it's lit, it doesn't jump over this line and take a shortcut. They say these things are supposed to last 4 to 6 hours. We're going to light this, check the time, and get back with you. These are designed and they're advertised to be able to light with a tea light. As you can see, not all tea lights will fit in this hole. The idea is that you get a little flame coming up underneath here, it lights it, and it actually smolders its way around and creates smoke. But I found this to be a little useless, so I light them with a little torch. It works better, it lights faster, and you don't have to figure out how to get this back out of there when it's done so it melts all over the place. My thought on this: if it's advertised and supposed to be able to light with a tea light or tea candle, then they should probably fit inside there. I have 11:03 in the morning. I went ahead and transferred the smoke generator into the bottom cabinet, the burner area of my file cabinet smoker. I will do the same thing with the pellet tube smoker when I test it. I built this about a month ago and I have a couple of videos on it. If this interests you, you can check my past videos to see it. I will also leave a link in the description below. Now this has been smoking for about an hour, and as you can see, it's not producing a whole lot of smoke. So I'm going to go ahead and shut this. We'll check it in a little while. The reason I switched that over to the file cabinet smoker is I wanted to see how much smoke that will generate in each one of the 3 cooking drawers above the firebox. We have the firebox, the bottom, the middle, and the top cooking cabinets. Now this has been 3 hours of burn time. It has not produced much smoke, and I've had to relight it once. I have pulled this smoke generator out of the bottom of the file cabinet smoker. It burned itself out in between 4.5 and 5 hours. And as you can see, it only got about halfway around the first section of it. I did have problems with this. I had to relight it twice and it went out again. And I followed directions. This sawdust is supposed to be below this line. It kind of packed down. This is supposed to burn around slowly and go all the way to the center without having to continually relight it. I also bought the stainless steel pellet tube on Amazon. It was $12.99. I believe the brand name is Fricka, F-R-I-K-K-A. It was about half the price of the smoke generator, which was $23.99, something like that. This 20-pound bag of Traeger apple pellets cost under $18. Next, we're going to be trying out the smoke tube. I have a pellet tube that I have lit. Going to let it burn for about 5 to 10 minutes till it gets a good coal on top. We'll blow it out and then we'll stick it in the bottom of this file cabinet smoker. We will see what kind of smoke it produces and how long it produces it for. Actually, the wind just blew it out and it's starting to smoke. So I'll go ahead and stick it in the bottom of the cabinet now. These are leather gloves. This will burn the skin off your hand. I think we all get the picture. I've got it placed in the bottom firebox. We're going to shut it, see what it does. I have started this at 12:18 p.m. It has been smoking for 2 hours. It's still producing lots of smoke. And hey, you can't blame a guy for using the smoke tube to fix his dinner. Here where I live in northern Colorado on the edge of the Rocky Mountains, you never know what you're gonna see. I'm doing a review on a pellet tube and a smoke generator, and I go out here to the field behind my house. I got a whole herd of elk out there. Yeah, this stuff just never really gets old. Sometimes I'll see 200-300 of them out there in that field. Well, it started raining last night when the pellet smoker quit. It smoked for about 6.5 hours before it ran out. You can use both of these for either cold smoking or hot smoking. You can also use these in your gas barbecue grill. Most of them have 3 or 4 burners on them. If you light one of these and set it on one side and use the other 2 or 3 burners for your cooking, it will add smoke to whatever you happen to be cooking on your gas grill. My final thoughts on these 2 items. Every time that I have used the smoke generator, I have had issues. It seems to burn for a little bit and go out, burn for a little bit more and go out. And I have to relight it 3 or 4 times, which if you're trying to smoke something, we all know that does not work. Now, I'm no engineer, but I've taken a look at this. The T-candles do not fit in this. The other thing about it, it is stainless steel, but this wire mesh along through here, this screen that's welded in here, it's got real tiny holes. And we're packing in sawdust that says to pack it tight, has no airspace in between it. It's getting its air through these real tiny holes or the top and bottom. And I think the holes are too small to do what it's supposed to do. And that's why it keeps going out. The other thing, it does not produce a lot of smoke. If you're smoking something, you want smoke. This is not producing the smoke that the pellet tube does. At best, this thing is real finicky. It also costs twice as much money. Just as an added thought, the sawdust chips are $19.99 from Amazon. You have 2 2-pound bags. It's 4 pounds of sawdust chips that keeps burning out. As far as I'm concerned, after using them both, I really don't see a need to use this one anymore. It's just a hassle. I mean, it may be fine if you have like a Smoky Joe tabletop little charcoal grill, something with small cubic inch inside that you want to cold smoke some cheese. This might do it. It'll produce enough smoke to probably cold smoke some cheese in a smaller area. But as far as smoking in a file cabinet smoker, this grill behind me, it does not produce the smoke. In 5 hours I had to relight this thing 3 times and then it went out again. So it's kind of useless. I would not recommend buying one of these. Personally, I wouldn't waste my money on it. Now for the pellet tube. Now you can get these that are round. I got one that was octagon. I like the idea that I can set it in the bottom where I need to set it and it doesn't want to roll around. It's got flat sides, which makes it great. This one's a foot long. There are some that are like 18 inches, so if you're going to smoke for longer periods of time, but they'll be a little bit more expensive. But yeah, this would be my choice. This thing is flawless. It really is. Stainless steel, just like the other product. You can see the size of the holes will let oxygen go through, and it burns pellets. Pellets are more readily available. You can buy a 20-pound bag of pellets, premium Traeger pellets, for anywhere from $17 to $20. And if you go to Walmart and buy their brand of pellets, you can get them for $8 to $10. That's 20-pound bags. You fill this with pellets. Pellets have airspace between them. This lets air in. You light it on the end of this thing, let it burn for 5-10 minutes, blow it out. Once there's a nice little coal, set it in the bottom. This thing smoked a solid 6.5 hours without any problem. If you're smoking longer, if you have like a gas smoker, an electric smoker, you can take these things and get a couple. When one of them goes out, set that other one down in there, keep it smoked. And you can buy 2 of these for the price you bought that other one and have 13 hours worth of smoking. I'd have to say this thing worked flawlessly, and it's half the price. So this would be my recommendation to you. I really appreciate you watching these videos. If you have any comments, please put them in the remarks. I would love to hear what you have to say, what kind of issues you may have had or no issues at all. If you enjoy these videos, please like and subscribe. You can push the bell, get notifications of future videos, and I'll see you on the next video. Thank you, and God bless.